Steel in our veins, hearts in the fire. Different roads, but the same desire. From the gutter to the crown we stand. No borders, no names, just blood in hand. We rise at night when the sirens sing. Built on trust, not a diamond ring. Family forged where the shadows run. If you're here right now, yeah, you're one of us. No matter where you're from, no matter who you are, if you stand with honor, you're a hooligan at heart. Blood of a hooligan. Side by side we stand. Honor in the fire. Family, not a brand. Blood of a hooligan. Hear the battle drum. If you're riding with us, then you're one of us. Drop shin. Hooligan. One family. One blood. One blade. Jeff Mac live, mic lit, truth on blast. Breaking through the noise, never living in the past. Chad moving fast like a street parade. Every voice counts, every bone gets made. Klaus the cat on the right hand side. Silent eyes, but the fiercest pride. Spreading love like a signal flare. If you feel that pulse, you belong right here. From the comments to the call, from the streams to the night. If you stand for each other, then you're doing it right. Blood of a hooligan. Side by side we stand. Honor in the fire.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. I love that song. That song's awesome. Anyways, we're going to be starting out with this first video here. AI tools gain ground in healthcare as doctors urge caution. I don't know. People using their AI bots for health reasons, but doctors are also using AI as well. So I don't know. AI is everywhere. Then we got a video titled "Doctor Refuses to Answer. Can Men Get Pregnant?" I figure why not? Why not watch this? This is a doctor who doesn't know if men can get pregnant. Then we got a video that is titled "Trump Pulls Back on Threat Using Insurrection Act in Minneapolis," which has happened to our chat. They shouldn't want President Trump to use the Insurrection Act, but because he's being cautious about it, lefties are acting like this is a win. Like they're beating Trump. Oh, he's not going to use the Insurrection Act on us. Oh, we're winning. I don't know why they want that so bad. But then we got a video that is also titled, actually this next one's a doubly. First one is "Butthurt President Given Regifted Peace Prize." This is BallPsaki, and she's twisting this whole story all the way up. And then the second part of the doubly there, President Trump says he'll keep Machado's Nobel Peace Prize, praises her as a very fine woman. So we're going to play these back to back. You can hear BallPsaki lie her face off about the situation. Then you can hear the Orange Eagle explain it himself. And then I just realized that I never got the funny videos today, so I will have to do that during the live, which is always fun. Then we got a video that's titled "With Employees Afraid to Leave Home, Community Steps Up to Keep This Restaurant Open." This whole story doesn't make any sense. This restaurant was visited by ICE. I don't know if people got arrested or not, but they claim that they're having staffing issues. People volunteer to work for free. People donate money. It's a fucking restaurant. Like, hire more people. That whole story is crazy. That is like pure Democrat propaganda. Then we got a video titled, oh, this is another piece of propaganda. Good, I did put them back to back. The second piece of Democrat propaganda is titled, U.S. apologizes for mistakenly deporting a student, which implies that they, ICE doesn't know what they're doing and this, that, and the other. No, this person had an order to be removed. So it's like a half sorry. That's okay. Then we got a video. It's titled, Death at Camp East, Montana could be ruled as a homicide. This is an illegal that was in a detention center, and they kicked the bucket, but the medical examiner is saying it looks like homicide. It doesn't look legit, right? So they're, I don't know, more demonizing ICE. Then for the last little bit of the news, violent crime continues in Chicago's transit system. We have another stabbing on the Chicago transit system. I think the beginning of our title, I think that's the third time I've wrote that in the title, because Chicago just prefers for their people to get stabbed on the train, I guess. I don't know if it's a fetish or what. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We are going to be doing an unboxing today. I think their name is King of Biltong. Let me go double check really quick, but I'm pretty sure that is their name. They sent me something good in the mail, and we're going to be cracking it open and trying it on the live. Also, I think we're going to eat some hot-ass jerky in the voice chat. If you guys want to join us in the voice chat over on jeffmaclive.com after Coffee with Hooligans. Like I said, I think we're going to be eating some spicy-ass jerky. I don't know if anybody else is going to join me, but if you want to see me melt my face off, make sure you get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com, and if you have not claimed the coupon for a free week with hooligan status, you can find that at the top of the link list. If you use the coupon today, you can join us in today's voice chat, have all week to use all the features on the website, and then join us in next Friday's voice chat. So definitely go utilize that coupon at the top of the link list if you haven't already. Anyways, let's go ahead and check on all the chats. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Obnoxious Scott? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Zero? What's up, Guessum? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Major, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, Major, and I appreciate you racing to the chat. What's up, Appeal to Evan? Happy freedom. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom. What's up, Otters? My bad. What's up, Granados? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you guys. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom to you. Let me see, sliding through here. What's up, Certain Tripod? Happy freedom to you. Make sure we get everybody. Let me see. Colty, thank you so much for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're badass, Colty. Thank you so much. Heck yeah, making more hooligans. What's up, Butterfly? Happy freedom to you. Do. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ramsey? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. Did we get everybody? We might have got everybody. Hit that like button over on Rumble. See if you can get us back on the front page, because that's where we've been hanging out. We're front pagers these days. What's up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What is up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Starn? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on the CommiTube? My chat's frozen. Let's go ahead and refresh. Fix yourself, YouTube. You're indecent. My chat's broken. Look at it. Look, I'm going to show you. Oh, you can't see it on... Why is the monitors different? Anyways, I will see what I can do about that. Why... What's wrong with you, YouTube? Well, we'll just go ahead and say hello to everybody I can see. Miss Satan, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Horsehair? That's what it is. Horsehair Messiah. That's interesting. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Starling? Happy freedom. What's up, Burley? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Nephilah? What's up, Prez? Happy freedom. What's up, Joe? Happy freedom to you. I don't know. We'll have to figure out what's going on with the chat over on the GoofTube. It's fucking broken. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Let's go ahead and get into things. And I got to look for these funny videos. We'll be starting out with this first one titled AI Tools Gain Ground in Healthcare as Doctor Urges Caution, which I figured people have been doing this. We've had hypochondriacs as long as people have understood disease. So why wouldn't they utilize the AI bots, right? We got people having relationships with them. Why not use them as doctors? Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
Turns out that millions are now using artificial intelligence to stay healthy.
But as Jerry Willis reports, some aren't ready to hand over health care to the bots. What if the most powerful technology available could be used to detect the most common cancer? Well, that's what's being done right here at Memorial Sloan Kettering, where doctors are using AI to detect skin cancer. Listen.
I think AI is going to be a game changer for skin cancer detection in particular. I think the biggest thing that we need to do right now is test the technologies in their intended use setting so that we know how big a game changer they're going to actually be.
Already, AI is being used to make sense of the data from body scans. This 360 total photography machine uses 92 cameras to spot lesions, producing high-res pictures that doctors interpret using AI. AI now powers an app to replace a handheld scanning device that doctors use to zoom in on problem areas. A light-powered microscope can see below the skin's surface, giving about an 80% accuracy rate in detecting melanoma. That's the most serious skin cancer and a diagnosis some 105,000 people get every single year. MSK executives have teamed with ChatGPT, but not exclusively, and the company sees a wide range of uses for AI, like speeding up clinical trials, freeing up physicians from time-consuming paperwork, and automating back-office tasks like supply chain management. Listen.
I don't know that we can ever walk back to a pre-ChatGPT era, but now that it's here, and this pilot is one concrete step in this direction, how do we make sure that is used responsibly?
Well, 40 million Americans are already turning to ChatGPT every single day to check in on their health, and that number is probably going to grow. Doctors say that's fine, but if you're facing a life-threatening disease, of course, be sure to include a human element.
40 million? I use it to make like funny little pictures and things. They're using it to check their health?
A lot of advanced things now.
Okay. I think it's interesting because AI is like rapidly taking doctors' jobs. First we had that telehealth stuff, video chatting with doctors and all of that. Now when you're doing telehealth, that's not even really a doctor on the other end. That's some avatar generated by AI. So it's like doctors are assisting in their own kind of their job being erased a little bit. I'm sure doctors will always have a purpose, but they want to stick AI right in our face as much as they can. Next up, doctor refuses to answer, can men get pregnant? We're going to hop right into this. I am looking for these funny videos. I got one. I got two more I got to find. I don't know how I messed that up, but I did. So anyways, like I said, we're going to hop right into this next video. This one is not very long. Like I said, doctor refuses to answer, can men get pregnant? I don't know. I guess you got to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. Hit that like button if you haven't. Let's get into this.
In the movie Junior, Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a scientist who becomes the world's first pregnant man. That's fantasy, but the left doesn't seem to know the difference between fantasy and reality. Case in point, this OBGYN being questioned by Missouri Senator Josh Hawley during a hearing on chemical abortion drugs.
Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So, can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
no, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Reporter was shocked, speechless. I don't know. I think if people display this level of ignorance, there should be consequences to it because you're lying and you're supposed to be under oath and all this stuff. And I don't know. They don't know what a woman is all over again. Either way, next up, Trump pulls back on threat of using Insurrection Act on Minneapolis. Now, I don't think he's actually pulling back. I think he's just trying to be level-headed about the situation. But All Blue News is writing this title in a way that this is a win for the protesters or something like that. Like, ha ha ha, you didn't get us. And it's like, do you want him to do that to you? Because that's kind of what he wants to do. But either way, that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these first two videos. First one, talking about AI in healthcare. Doctors using AI to detect skin cancer early, as well as other uses. They say 40 million Americans use AI right now for health purposes. And like I said, we got hypochondriacs and everything else. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Then we got, in the second video there, a doctor that doesn't know if men can get pregnant. And like I said, it's almost as bad as the idiot at the Supreme Court that doesn't know what a woman is. Either way, hopping in the chat. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom. What's up, Obnoxious Scott? Happy freedom to you. So let's just answer the effing question. I know. They can't. And it seems like anytime they have those hearings, no one gives a straight answer. Nobody does. They all don't know what anything means or where anything was or who said what. They just don't know, and they're just sitting there just stalling, basically. Zero, she needs to lose her license. I agree. Obnoxious Guy, yeah, I believe you. I can't read that out loud until tomorrow, but yeah, I don't trust doctors at all. Guess I'm sorry, but so much was wrong with their skin cancer facts. It doesn't surprise me. It's probably a DEI hire. Russell, are you talking about Gessam's wiener? Moving forward. What's up, Bill Tong? Happy freedom to you. I got the thing. We're going to unbox it near the end of the live, and I'm excited to try it. What's up, Wrench? Happy freedom to you. Tampon Tim can get pregnant. He keeps trying. I don't know. He really likes that horsey sauce. What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dormac? Happy freedom to you. There's no hope for the human race. Only ones that pretend that men can get pregnant. The other one that kills me is everybody talking about Renee Good getting shot in the face by ICE and all that shit. If you ask a lefty, if you were like, hey, if you get in your car right now, I'm going to stand in front of your vehicle, right? What are you going to do? They're going to run you over. They will gladly tell you that they will absolutely run you over. And switch it around. Okay, if I was in my car and you were standing in front of my vehicle and I started accelerating at you, what would your response be? They say, oh, I'd shoot you in the face. Okay. Then that puts us all on the same page here, doesn't it? And so it's like, I don't know. I'm so tired of the Renee Good stuff. That shit doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for those people to be mad the way they are. They're getting paid good money to be mad. What's up, Puff and Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Winston? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dope? Happy freedom. Kevin, be careful walking to the store and stuff, especially at night in your Windingo country. Yeah. No, I'm usually the only thing outside because it's freezing cold outside. Yesterday it felt like 6 or something like that. I was the only person outside. Me and the officer that just does laps around the damn block. What's up, Pure Blood? Happy freedom to you. Ramsey, we got a judge at the Supreme Court who can't identify what a woman is. How is she supposed to judge sexual discrimination? Yeah, it's a good question. What's up, Deep South Jody? Happy freedom to you. Butterfly, it's the middle of the 20s right now in Omaha. Yeah, it's cold here too. What's up, Ghostly? Happy freedom to you. When they said over the radio that Good was shot, I thought they just had bad grammar. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. You got the magnet and the stickers? That's awesome, Meta. I'm glad you got them. I'm glad the mail didn't mess that up. What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom to you. Cheeky Chaps, you got another South African in the chat? I think it came from Texas. I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. What's up, Tar Kitty? Happy freedom to you. Tar Kitty, Glenn is going to destroy Trump's Barbie Pam. Let's see. Gave her a year. He wants to know why Fauci isn't in jail. Nah, Pam Bondi's not going to do that. I don't know if he's going to get rid of her or not. He acts like he loves Pam Bondi. Not in a weird way, but he acts like she's doing a good job. Baker, the weather in Minnesota will be so cold over the next 2 weeks, I think rioting will stop. It could. I had some clips up. This stuff, whatever this is, I think this is fake shit because it's still showing daylight. I had IRT pulled up, and it was snowing hard, and everybody looked cold and all of that. So, yeah, the protesters don't like it when it snows out. What's up, Mike Ingalls? Happy freedom to you. Obnoxious Scott, it's 60 where you are right now? Or are you saying it's gusting at... You got too many numbers in there. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. I can't tell if it's 16, 35, or 60. 60's not bad. The rest of it, that's pretty cold. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, next up, President Trump pulls back on the threat of using the Insurrection Act in Minneapolis. These reporters are going to regret writing all these titles like that if he actually does turn around and uses the Insurrection Act. The Insurrection Act. Either way, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. Now, like I said, I think President Trump's just trying to be kind of level-headed about it, trying to be balanced. He already is the president of Venezuela. Cuba or Colombia could be next. Greenland's about to be ours. And they're like, what about the protesters? And he's like, we'll see. And all the Democrats like, we're winning. Okay. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
Say it?
What's the trigger for the Insurrection Act in Minnesota? What are you waiting for?
Well, the Insurrection Act, which has been used by 48% of the presidents as of this moment, the Insurrection Act also, if you look at it, I believe it was Bush, the elder Bush, he used it, I think, 28 times. It's been used a lot. And if I needed it, I'd use it. I don't think there's any reason right now to use it. But if I needed it, I'd use it. It's very powerful.
Trying to find that last funny video. Either way, like I said, President Trump, I don't know. It doesn't sound like he's chickening out to me. It just sounds like he's weighing his options here. Democrats claiming that he is walking back his threats of using the Insurrection Act. Dems acting like this is a win for them. They're in a bad spot if he's even talking about doing it. So I don't know why they're over there with their chest out right now. Next up, we got a doubly, and it's all about President Trump receiving the Nobel Peace Prize from Machado. The first video is BallPsaki telling you how awful he is for receiving the Nobel Peace Prize and how he's a big crybaby and all this other stuff. But then we're going to hear President Trump tell us about his experience receiving the Nobel Peace Prize and how he actually thinks Machado is a fine lady. She's a decent person, right? And no hate and nastiness or anything like that. BallPsaki, she's oozing it out. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about President Trump, in my opinion, being level-headed about the Insurrection Act. What's up here, Juicer? Ghostly, you think Trump is weak on crime? I think he spends a lot of time trying to make everybody happy, when really he doesn't have to do all that. He could be a little bit more assertive, in my opinion. Obnoxious guy, 16 degrees, 35-mile-an-hour winds, gusting up to 60 miles an hour. Yeah, that's pretty rough weather. Obnoxious Scott, definitely be safe and stay warm. Ghostly, I've been saying he won't use it. He didn't when half the nation was on fire. He won't over one city. I've been kind of wondering about that too, but then I also wonder if, like, maybe he wants to do better this time than last time. Because last time he let everything burn down, but that's because he wanted the governors to ask for help. He wanted the mayors to ask for help, and they wouldn't ask for help. They preferred for their cities to burn, like in Portland and Seattle and places like that. And so he didn't want to interfere, because then it looks like he's hoeing the local government of that state, which I don't care, right? Like, I don't care. Go in there and fix that shit. Don't let them just mess it up because they want it to be messed up. Like, come on, man. And that's what I mean, like, trying to make everybody happy. They're worried about stepping on their little feelings. Like, go clean the shit up and then I guess deal with the fallout afterwards. Don't just make everybody live in squalor. But, you know, like I said, I think he's trying to do the right thing. And in this situation, right, round 2, President Trump might have more obligations to actually crack down when they're like, hey, it's starting to look like 2020 out there. You better do something. Maybe they will. Supposedly they've been arresting protesters and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. 0, Trump's following the law and it takes time. Well, and he gets a lot of shit for everything he does, whether it's legal or not. It's like he can't do anything without somebody standing up and complaining about it. What's up, Kirsten? Happy freedom to you. It's warm where you are? Pure blood, Trump had way less support the first time? Yeah. Otters, they won't burn stuff this time, afraid of water cannons and hypothermia. Well, I think it's actually a war crime or some shit. It's some big deal. There's a reason why we don't use water cannons. That's why it didn't happen in 2020. There's some law preventing it. But they did just steal firearms from a Fed vehicle, and they also stole sensitive documentation. We showed that yesterday. So I wonder what the consequences of that is going to be. But it's like they're trying to make it spicy out there, but it's just too damn cold. There's not enough people showing up. And when people are acting out and doing crazy stuff, they're small numbers doing it. 2-3 people, you know, burning a flag or doing something like that. And then they get their head put in by an ICE agent. And then there's, you know, crying on the TV and shit. So it seems like they want it to get spicy, but they ain't got enough oomph, right? They don't have enough gumption right now. Butterfly Jim BallPsaki is a parasite. You are not wrong. What's up, CLB? Happy freedom to you. Kirsten, you lost 55 pounds. Well, congratulations to you. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. D-Saw Jody, low 30s. In Georgia? Am I reading that right? Low 30s in Georgia? That's cold for there. What's up, Shane? Happy freedom. You Hooligans, stay warm out there. What's up, My Feed? Happy freedom to you. We're going to be moving forward in just a second. I just want to make sure we get everybody. They must be plowing outside. I was hearing... Oh, it's a fire. It's a fire alarm. They better cut that shit out. That's my biggest fear about living in a stupid apartment complex. I could be the best cook. I could be best cat dad in the world. Make sure everything's good here. But somebody else, they could burn their apartment down and take me with them. Like, I worry about that. We'll see. If the smoke detector don't cut off, then I'll have to go take a gander. But we'll just move forward here. Kirsten, you think it's too warm where you are? You were in Alaska for a few days ago, and it's frigid, 12 below zero. Yeah, I don't know if I could handle that. Meta, the magnet's so cool. It's hanging out on a metal lamp right now. Don't want to leave it on the rig, afraid someone will steal it. Yeah, I got one on my gun locker. I got one on the fridge. I don't know. I think they're kind of cool too. I'm glad you dig it, Meta. My ear just popped and now I feel more present. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Xterra chirp. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. If they're burning their food, fine. But if they're burning the house down, they need to do something about that. I don't want them to take me with. Have to break the live down to carry it outside into a blizzard. What's up, show what? Happy Freedom? Show what? It's cold outside, but I work in a kitchen. Nice warm ovens. Yeah, and you get a snack. Living it up. What's up, Johnny? Happy Freedom? Mike Ingles 32 and dropping. Out in Missouri, yeah. Cold weather. It's supposed to snow every day between now and the end of the month, except for like the 22nd or the 23rd. I thought it was the 26th, but that's it. Like, when I look at the weather lineup, it literally is going to snow every day, 1 to 3 inches. I'm like, I don't know. I hate that. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, we got a doubly. It's all about President Trump getting the Nobel Peace Prize from Machado. Now, we're going to start off with BallPsaki just being awful, because that's the only way she can be. And then the second video, President Trump telling us his experience receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. And that way we can compare them. So like I said, we're going to start off with miserable BallPsaki, which one day will reveal that she's actually Mark Zuckerberg. Anyways, first one's titled Butthurt President Given Regifted Peace Prize. Oh, they're so vile. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
Today, the winner of the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize literally had to hand that prize over to our butthurt president in order to try and secure the future of her own country.
Maria, did you offer to President Trump your Nobel Peace Prize?
I presented the President of the United States the medal of the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes, this is 2026. That is the leader of Venezuela's opposition movement, Maria Machado, saying she literally gave Trump her Nobel Peace Prize. And it was not just some gesture that Machado came up with to flatter Trump.
This is how you know.
Incredibly vocal about the fact that he felt he deserved the Nobel Peace Prize last year. He's been hinting at the idea of taking the prize from Machado for weeks, while refusing to endorse her as the potential next leader of Venezuela. And last week, 2 people close to the White House told the Washington Post that Trump was unwilling to support Machado because she accepted the prize. So there's that. And so now, Machado has re-gifted her Nobel Prize to Donald Trump, simply because he cannot accept his own failure. And it is all made worse by the fact that failure is actually the one thing Trump and his administration seem to excel at.
Okay, so that's a nice story there by BallPsaki. Just not miserable at all. Anyways, we're going to get into the second video of the doubly here. This is President Trump giving us his experience receiving the Nobel Peace Prize and meeting Machado, because apparently he's never met Machado before. And he says he thinks she's a fine woman. Let's get into this.
Yesterday you accepted Maria Machado's Nobel Prize medal. What do you intend to do with it, and why would you want someone else's Nobel Prize?
Well, she offered it to me. I thought it was very nice. She said, you know, you've ended 8 wars, and nobody deserves this prize more than in history than you do. And I thought it was a very nice gesture. And by the way, I think she's a very fine woman, and we'll be talking again.
The Nobel Prize, a very nice person. You said the meeting went well. Why align with Delcy Rodriguez and the remnants of the Maduro regime and not with Machado, who has the support of the Venezuelan people?
Well, if you ever remember a place called Iraq where everybody was fired, every single person, the police, the generals, everybody was fired, and they ended up being ISIS. Instead of just getting down to business, they ended up being ISIS. So I remember that. But I'll tell you, I had a great meeting yesterday by a person who I have a lot of respect for, and she has respect, obviously, for me and our country. And she gave me her Nobel Prize. But I'll tell you what, I got to know her. I never met her before, and I was very, very impressed. She's a really, this is a fine woman.
All right. It's almost like 2 different stories there. Either way, next up we have our midlife break. It's our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Dealing with Lefties. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this doubly. The first video with BallPsaki twisting what happened when President Trump was given the Nobel Peace Prize by Machado, just basically lying her face off. Like I said, it seems like a whole different story. And then the second video, President Trump describing the situation of receiving the Nobel Peace Prize and expressing that he thinks Machado is a fine woman. The left has to taint everything that they touch and inject their hate into everything they do. Either way, like I said, we got our midlife break coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about all of that mess. Zero, she gave it to Trump for safekeeping in her home country. It'll get stolen. Yeah, for real. Well, and she offered. She made videos and did interviews and was saying that she thinks that President Trump deserved it more and whatever. So she offered. But no, BallPsaki, according to her lying ass, President Trump was begging for it and was refusing to make deals and stuff unless he received it. I don't know why they do that. Like I don't remember what the acronym is, but when the soccer people came to the White House and they gave President Trump like I can't think of what, like a clone of the trophy for the soccer World Cup or whatever, the blue team went out there and said that he demanded it from whatever, the World Soccer Federation, whatever the hell they're called. It said he demanded it and he wasn't willing to work with them unless he got a trophy too, and all, and just lies. Just why would he? Why would he? He gets money from fucking everything. Every time the news says his name, he wins a lawsuit. He doesn't need your trophies. He obviously can't play soccer right now. He doesn't need your trophies. You see an 80-year-old man playing soccer. Like, come on, man. They're so stupid. They're so stupid about how they handle all of that. FIFA, is that what it is, Zero? Yeah. Snooks. Lying piece of shit. I don't know. BallPsaki's the worst. Zero had to hand it over. What a liar. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. What's up, High Toe? Happy freedom to you. Wrench, no one watches her anyway. Yeah, I believe you. What's up, Nashada? Happy freedom. What's up, Pickles? Happy freedom to you. Biltong, remember the soccer guys? Yeah, there was something else that was like that too, where they made him an award or a trophy, and then all the Democrats lost their marbles, and they were like, he's stealing it. And like, it's not stealing. Like, what are you talking about? No one's ever been as famous as President Trump is. If he was stealing shit live on TV, somebody would stop that from happening. Like, come on, man. Pure Blood, she never did seem to circle back. No, she had no intentions of ever circling back. It was all a lie. Bill Tong, they have to make up shit about Trump, otherwise they'd have no stories. It's true. What's up, Glamour? Happy freedom to you. High Toe. Unhappy lungs. What's wrong with your lungs? What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. I'm doing all right. How you doing, Dutton? Butterfly was the Keystone Pipeline protest that the Native Americans that led the water cannons being discontinued in the U.S. Is that what it was? I remember when the protests were hot and people were talking about it's a shame they can't bring out water cannons. I never looked it up. I probably will after the live. I've been looking up a lot of stuff. Kind of tired of word of mouth, and now you can't even trust the internet. Not that you ever could, but either way, it's a mess to try and get information now. Bill Tong, these people are miserable. They are. Stormac, she gives redheads a bad name. I agree. Pure blood devil woman. She is. Even her cats can't stand her. Every time she takes her pants off, they think she's cracking a can of Fancy Feast. It's not good. It's not good at all. Ghostly. You know what? I don't think I can read it out loud because Twitch and YouTube's so damn sensitive. That's so funny, Ghostly. What's up, Wong? Happy freedom to you. I'm glad to hear you all right, Dutton. You can't hear due to sinus pressure? That's frustrating. I can't give medical advice, but have you tried using peroxide? If my ears get plugged, I take like a square of toilet paper and soak it in peroxide and then use it to drop drips of peroxide in my ear. And I lay there and watch TV and try not to fall asleep. And if you hear bubbles, chances are it's working on something. And I mean, again, I can't give you medical advice, but that's what I do. I put peroxide in my ears. I sit there till the bubbles stop, dump my ear out, take a Q-tip, dip it in water, clean my ear out. Sometimes it works. Butterfly mainstream media acts like a bunch of sequels. Mine, mine, mine. Yeah. Well, you see the way they were yelling in front of those kids. We were covering President Trump live. I think it was for the whole milk situation. And there was kids in the room, and they kept asking him about, executions and people dying and all this stuff, which is inappropriate itself. But their behavior alone was inappropriate in front of kids. There was 40 grown-ass people like, Mr. President, oh, Mr. President. It's like, calm down. Like, but look, clowns don't like that shit either. And you think the kids like it? No, they don't. They do not. So it's like they shouldn't be squawking and acting like that. But it's like they can't control themselves. So, Niggleman, yeah, we're doing the voice chat tonight. I think we're going to eat some spicy jerky. I got to run and get some milk after the live. But, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing the voice chat. What's up, Rad? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Blizzard? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Chad? Happy freedom. Chad, she's a war sow. That's hilarious. Blizzard, imagine trying to sleep at night when your job is to lie to the public. I think she's proud of herself. Same thing like KJP. I think that if your job was to lie to the public and you do it successfully and everybody's mad because you're a liar, in a reverse kind of like psychology kind of way, you'd probably sleep like a baby because it's confirmation that you're good at your job. I mean, not that they know you're lying, but the fact that that's all you do and that's what you're supposed to do and that's what you get paid to do, then technically you're successful at your job. You just don't have any morals in that position. And, well, look at her, she obviously doesn't have morals. Tar Kitty, no, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I'm gonna try and pull it up during the voice chat. Agent O, you woke Klaus up. I know. He thought I had a question for the president. He was just making sure that everything was going to run smoothly. It's his job. What's up, Toast? Happy freedom to you. Hi, Toe. Lungs were assaulted today by mold, mildew, and insulation paperwork before repairs can start on the house. Holy, Hi-To. Well, I hope you start feeling better. I am sensitive to that kind of stuff. I go into dirty areas to clean a house or anything like that, and all of a sudden I got a lung infection because my ass is sensitive. I don't know why God made me like that, but, here I am. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Because I did go find all the funny videos, even though I started the live without them. Pat myself on the back real quick. Now, this first one was provided by Stoner. This is Dealing with Lefties.
Before you get into an argument, remember this quote. A bee does not waste its energy trying to convince a fly that honey is better than shit. Some minds are not meant to be changed. Save your energy for what actually matters.
That's right. Getting back into the news here, this next one is, with employees afraid to leave home, the community steps up to keep this restaurant open. Now, these next two videos, we're not going to play them back to back, but they are both propaganda. Like, just straight up propaganda. And that's the whole reason why we're watching them. It's not necessarily to be influenced by the lies they tell, but just to acknowledge the lies that they're telling the normies who don't watch the news every day and they just don't know any better. So they're inclined to believe this stupid shit. Now, this one is titled, once again, with employees afraid to leave home, the community steps up to keep this restaurant open. Now, this restaurant got a visit from ICE. Now they claim they're short-staffed. They're a restaurant. They could hire more employees. Fuck that. Get volunteers that don't want to get paid and then receive GoFundMe donations on top of that. It's great. Hit that like button and let's get into this.
Employees fearful of the immigration crackdown aren't showing up to work, forcing a number of Twin Cities restaurants to temporarily close their doors.
One of those is El Rodeo Mexican restaurant in Maple Grove. I showed up to the restaurant earlier this week. According to El Rodeo supporters, no one was arrested. However, they say some employees are now too scared to come to work. John Lordson shows us how the community is trying to help.
This is my first time bringing my son over. We were stopping in for lunch, but I guess not.
Yvette Chapman has been a frequent customer of El Rodeo ever since she moved to Maple Grove 2 years ago. But when she showed up for lunch on Thursday, the doors were locked and the restaurant was dark.
A bit sad to see them struggling, frankly. It's a great place. Sadly, with everything that's going on in Minneapolis, I kind of figured it might be, something immigration related.
The restaurant's social media organizer says federal agents were here earlier this week. They say since then, some of the employees have been too scared to leave home, creating staffing issues and forcing the restaurant to close. A post on El Rodeo's Facebook page thanked the public for their support and asked for help filling shifts so they can reopen, offering to pay anyone willing to work. On Wednesday, an El Rodeo supporter had created a sign-up sheet for people to volunteer. Within 90 minutes, 75 people had signed up to work. Many of them volunteered to help without being paid, and a GoFundMe page raised $6,000 for El Rodeo in just 3 hours. Much of that money will go towards food and groceries for employees.
I was coming here to give a donation, yes, and I was so sad to see it closed, and so I'll go to the GoFundMe.
Carol Olson is also an El Rodeo customer. She says employees here have always been friendly and hardworking.
I hope and pray that they're back in business and doing what they need to do for their profession and their livelihood and their honor.
In Maple Grove, John Lordson, WCCO News.
A restaurant Facebook post thanked everyone who has volunteered to help. It says they aren't quite ready to open, but they are hoping to do so as soon as possible.
I swear nothing about that story makes any kind of sense. So they either were hiring illegals or they were not hiring illegals, because either ICE showed up and took all their illegals and left them without workers, which they could hire legal citizens to work, or ICE showed up, didn't take anybody because maybe the illegals are not illegal. Maybe there was just nobody to take the day they showed up, but now their employees don't want to come to work. Okay, well then hire new employees. Like, I don't understand. Oh, we're understaffed. Okay, then build your staff. It says right in the video, I have it wrote down. Let me find it. They claim that they need workers and they are willing to pay. Then why are you hiring people who are willing to work for free? How are they even legally working for free? If that was such a legal thing, then everybody would do that. That doesn't make any sense. You could hire employees, but instead you're taking volunteers. Okay. And then you make a GoFundMe? What's the GoFundMe for? You're understaffed. Give me money. How about hire employees? You already told everyone you're willing to pay for employees. Make this shit make sense. I cannot make it make sense in my head. It's a restaurant. They didn't go out of business. They don't have workers. They need more hands. That's what they need, hands. They got the money. They're still in business. There's no restrictions on their restaurant, health, food-wise, whatever. They need employees. Get the fucking employees. You just giving them free money for being a restaurant? I don't know. I can't make it make sense in my brain. It's just, I don't understand. Next up, we got more propaganda. U.S. apologizes for mistakenly deporting a student. Now, I had to look this up because the way they talk about this in the video is a little confusing. And we're going to go through the video, and then we're also going to go through the search results that I found. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about all that goofy shit right there. Also, I did look up the water cannon situation. Apparently, water cannons are not banned for use in the U.S., but their deployment is highly restricted, and they are not standard practice. There's no federal law prohibiting the use of water cannons, but many departments avoid them due to legal, ethical, and public relation concerns. And then it talks about how they have stigma because of them being used during the civil rights protests in 1960. And so apparently that's the deal with water cannons. I don't know, but when we were covering protests every day, people were constantly talking about how we can't use water cannons. Apparently we can. It's just kind of frowned upon. Anyways, hopping in the chat. Snooks, because they're grifting. I know, but it's one thing to grift. It's another to see people participate. It doesn't bother me that people grift. Dumb people are going to do dumb things. It's when people play into it that I start feeling disgusted. I'm just like, why are you doing that? As a restaurant, why are you offering to work for free? Put an application in. If you're going to do the time and they got the money, why are you working for free? Why are you enabling them? Like, I don't get it. It don't make any sense to me. Obnoxious guy and servers are paid way too much. Screw tipping. Do they not have waitress pay there? I think we got waitress pay here in Michigan. I don't know what it is now because our income stuff just changed. Minimum wage is like $13 now in Michigan. I guess they're trying to work up to $15. It used to be $10. It was $10 and now it's $13. So I was like, that's a thing. And then waitress pay just changed also. I think that they should do away with waitress pay. Pay waitresses minimum wage like everybody else in the restaurant. And then that way if nobody tips, because sometimes people just don't tip. That way if they don't tip, waitresses don't really have a reason to be all bent out of shape, right? That's how it was when I was a delivery driver. I made minimum wage. My car was put at risk the entire time I was delivering food. You have no insurance or anything like that, like from the store. Because I hit a deer delivering food before, and the shop was like, when I went back to the store, they're like, okay, you got 2 weeks to fix your car, or you're fired, because we don't need a delivery driver that can't deliver food. Even though I hit the deer on the job, it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. So I'm getting paid minimum wage. I'm using my vehicle. I'm hurting my vehicle, and sometimes I don't get tipped. And I brought the food all the way to your house. You're over here answering the door in your unders, and you kids are all stinking like shit in the background, yelling and stuff. Brought it to your house. Don't tip me shit, right? And the waitresses brought it to your table from the kitchen. They get $15. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, how is that? So I was always salty about that. Not that I don't tip waitresses. But if waitresses made minimum wage and you don't tip them, they ain't really got nothing to be mad about. You're still getting paid. I just don't think waitress pay should be a thing. I feel like that's crooked. But anyways, that's enough of my opinions on that. Let me see. Did we get a raid? What's up, Bright Gaming? Thank you so much for raiding us over on the live, over on Rumble. Let's do a thing. Thank you so much, Bright Gaming. I appreciate the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Happy freedom to you. Hit that like button. We are in between stories right now, reading through the chat, doing the thing. Guess I should have delivered the deer and charged extra. I would have, but it pretty much ruined the whole front end of my car, as it normally does. 10-man tips aren't mandatory, but appreciated. Yeah, it's true. But people who work in the service industry, they get mad. They say if you can't afford to tip, then you can't afford to go out to eat. Which, whatever. People can feel however. But I could understand waitresses being mad about that because they're only making $2-3 an hour. It's their choice to be a waitress. But I don't know. I feel like if they just gave everybody who's a waitress minimum wage and just did away with waitress pay, that it takes away the whole reason of being bitter. You can be bitter. You be bitter, but people ain't going to sympathize with you as much if you're making as much as everybody else. Wrench. Let me see. Thank you so much, Wrench, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Wrench. Thank you so much for the support. It says milk money. Thank you, Wrench. I appreciate it. We are going to have to run and get some milk because we're going to be eating that spicy jerky. And thank you so much, Toast, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. I appreciate you, Toast. Thank you so much. It says, thanks again, Jeff, for all you do. Thank you, Toast. Colty, thank you so much for that $5 donation. You're badass, Colty. Thank you. Says, tell me you feel some type of way without telling me you feel some type of way, but I'll tip you for it. Well, thank you, Colty. I appreciate you. You hooligans are badass. 0 tips are based on service and never the food. Well, and that's another thing that gets messed up too, is sometimes, you know, a waitress will bring your food out, your food sucks, and now you're like, well, I'm not tipping the waitress. Well, it's not really the waitress's fault that the cook sucks ass. And like I said, all that just goes out the window. Just pay everybody minimum wage, you know, that is a waitress and getting waitress pay. Give them minimum wage. Do away with waitress pay. Fixed it. I fixed it. Ghostly, I tip more if I know the cooks are getting a cut. There's a couple places like that here where bus boys, or that's what I always call them, bus people, I guess, people bussing tables, and waitresses, they'll take their tips and they got to split it with the whole kitchen. And a lot of times people will tip more. I don't know. Unless the waitress is like really going above and beyond, waitress gets $3. It don't matter how much food I eat. I could eat $80 worth of food. You're getting $3. You brought the shit from the kitchen to my table. You don't like the $3? I'll go get the shit from the kitchen. And like I said, I'm biased. I delivered pizza for 6 years to your house and didn't get shit. So I'm biased. And you get $3 off of me. It is what it is. If you like that, maybe later on you'll get the whole thing. Yes, I know. Obnoxious Scott, my first job was at 8 working on the farm. It paid me a living. Yeah, farm work is hard, but a lot of times you can make decent money doing it. Me and my buddies used to do that in the summertime. We'd go work at farms, make like $150, $200 a day working in the fields, and then just party all weekend. Otters, at Olive Garden, we had to tip the bartenders, bussers, and the hosts. Yeah, there's places here that are like that. Pickles, hate the automatic tips that some people have now. Some places have. What is it called? It's got its own name. Gratuity? Is that what it is? They don't do that stuff here, but I've seen people talking about it. Shane, I used to tip like half the order when life was good. Felt it was fair. Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes the waitresses do really good and you want to give them a little extra. What's up, Limited? Happy freedom to you. Appeal to Evan, IHOP today. Service was shit. Bill came to $78. $5 hair tip. It was, let's see, if it was my grandpa, he would dock the pay depending on the service given. That's how my grandpa was too. He'd be like, no, you're not getting a tip. You did awful. He would say it right to their face. And I used to be embarrassed about that when I was younger. Now I understand. Told the carrier, here's your tip. Don't spit into the wind. Yeah. Butterfly. Yeah, I've dated a waitress before. I have. They're a lot like dating nurses from what I hear, but we're not going to get into that. Shane, some girlfriends I had thought it was awesome I was like that. Others thought that I thought the waitress was hot. Yeah, Shane, like you're tipping them because you think they look good. You got to watch out for girls to get jealous like that. You know, it's just not worth it sometimes. Bill Clay, a Hooters waitress? I've never been to Hooters. I'm going to have to take a field trip one day. Wrench, I always try to give the waitress my tip. Yep, you're not there just for food. Nope. It's a dating ring now. Kirsten, I'm a sky waitress. We don't get tips ever. Really? That's very surprising. I figured you guys would. Especially you got people drinking and stuff. Paying $11 for those little shooters of vodka and whatever. Ghostly. Only time I got tips as a cook was when I was a chef in an open kitchen. We made a show out of the cooking. Had to flip the food in pans really high and even did fire shows with oil. People would walk up and we had a jar. That's actually badass, Ghostly. That's how I felt working at, I can't tell you. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say the business name. When I was working at a pizza place, it was like you could just see right into the kitchen. So when I'd be standing at the cut box pulling pizzas out of the oven, I'm on full display. And the waitresses come up, they're like, "Stop saying fuck so loudly." I'm like, it's the only way I know how to say it, okay? So everyone can hear it. They're like, "Get out of here." I'm not good with customer service. What's up, Fitzy? Happy Freedom. Oh, Meta, you're awesome. Yeah, please remind me, and I'll go down to the P.O. box. I was marching along today. The snow was knee deep. They haven't been plowing any of the snow. And I'm just marching along, going to the post office today. What's up, CD? Happy Freedom to you. What'd you miss out on? What's up, Low Ender? Happy Freedom to you. Southern Eagleman Hooters isn't all that. Is their food at least good? I figure they got big old buffalo walking around with their tits out and stuff, and you know, you can see that going to Walmart, but I was hoping at least their food would be good. What's up, Smitty? Happy Freedom. Smitty, my grandson delivers for a major pizza chain, came back in a good week, $600 a week. Yeah. You can, especially if you work in the summertime. Like Ludington, where I used to deliver pizza, it's a tourist area. So the population triples in the summertime. And these people come up here and they're on vacation. They're all drunk. And there's been times where I've gotten a $100 tip just from a single delivery. And so sometimes you get lucky like that. Other days you smoke a deer and you get threatened to get fired because you hit Bambi Al Qaeda. So got good days and bad days. What's up, Trace? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Terry? Happy Freedom to you. Terry, Seattle is $21 an hour. The rest of the state is $17.13 an hour. That's crazy. What's up, Nick? Happy Freedom to you. Hey, you had to rotate? Mm-hmm. All right, hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, we got some more propaganda coming up. U.S. apologizes for mistakenly deporting student. Now, the way they tell the story is kind of confusing. What are you doing, YouTube? Jesus loves this. Screen's all black, just blasting the audio. Nice. Anyways, like I said, the way they tell the story is kind of confusing because they make it seem like this person was deported accidentally. I mean, that's literally the title of the video. It's kind of like the poor father from Maryland. Right? He was accidentally deported and sent to CCOT, the Supermax, out in El Salvador. Well, no, it wasn't an accident. They just wrote something wrong on the paperwork. He was still supposed to go. That's kind of what happened here, and they're out here screaming from the top of their lungs that the student was mistakenly deported. Now, I don't know why she got an apology, and like I said, we'll get into it because it's a little confusing, but the left is taking advantage of this story, and they're using it to demonize ICE. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this. We'll try it again with audio. Fight the YouTube. Okay, hold on a second. Something's wrong. Let's reload the page here. I thought it was me, but it's actually YouTube. There you go. Never go full Tim Walz.
The Trump administration issuing a rare apology tonight, admitting that it made a mistake, that's their word, in the deportation of a Massachusetts college student. That student is Ani Lucia Lopez Beloza. Now, she was detained at the airport. She was going to fly home to surprise her family in Texas for Thanksgiving. Beloza grew up in Texas after coming to the United States as a child seeking asylum.
I accept their apologies, and I hope that based on this apology, I'm able to return back to my studies and also to be home with my parents.
What happened here is she was traveling with her Honduran passport. That was her real ID, trying to board a plane, and it was a ruse. TSA and immigration enforcement were working in tandem, told her boarding pass didn't work. She was abruptly detained, taken to an ICE facility, deprived of phone calls for several days. She didn't know she had a lawyer till Monday, and we'd sued Friday. I didn't know where she was.
Something weird is going on. It sounds like somebody just drove their car into the fucking building I'm in. Anyways, like I said, got this propaganda going right here. The video is a little confusing on how they do it, and they cut it short. So I went and looked into it. Now they're saying that the student was detained at an airport. She was trying to go to Texas to visit her family. She was deported to Honduras. The search results were saying that the government gave her an apology, but the deportation was lawful because she had an order of removal back in 2016. Now, apparently, she didn't get deported in 2016 because they didn't appeal, but the appeal was dismissed in 2017. So really, she was legitimately deported. There was an order of removal by a judge in 2016. So she was supposed to get deported. But now the way that they're spinning this, they're using this apology from the government as if she wasn't supposed to be deported. So now the blue news is out here screaming, like I said, at the top of their lungs, that the Trump administration is using ICE to illegally deport people. But that is not true. That is not true. She was supposed to be deported. Now, something about the way she was deported, they issued an apology. Now, I don't exactly understand that, but this is what the search result is saying. Assistant U.S. Attorney Mark Suter, however you say their name, stated in court, on behalf of the government, we want to sincerely apologize, attributing the error to an inadvertent mistake by a single ICE officer who believed the judge's order no longer applied once Lopez left Massachusetts. The officer failed to notify ICE in Texas or activate the alert system to halt the deportation. Despite the apology, the government maintains her deportation was lawful, citing a 2016 immigration judge's removal order and a 2017 appeal dismissal. U.S. District Judge Richard Stearns called the incident a tragic bureaucratic error, but questioned jurisdiction, noting the legal challenge was filed after she had been transferred out of state. Again, this doesn't sound like she wasn't supposed to be deported. It sounds like we have officials that disagree on the situation, but it doesn't matter because a judge ordered removal in 2016. So her being deported was not a mistake. Maybe the way they went about it, maybe the paperwork they used, maybe the day they decided to do it. There was an apology for something, but it wasn't the deportation itself. So Democrat News is lying about this situation. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, next up we got death at Camp East, Montana, and it could be ruled as a homicide. This is an illegal who was picked up and he was sent to a detention center. Since being in the detention center, he just died. The medical examiner is saying that this looks like a homicide. It doesn't look like he signed up for death. It looks bad. So we'll see. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what your hooligans think about this propaganda claiming that this student was mistakenly deported. I can't talk. Deported. Not disported. They were deported. Yes. Anyways, hop in the chat. Guess I'm no gray area in the law. Deport her. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty absolute. Here's your Honduran passport without a U.S. visa. Sounds like you ain't supposed to be here. Yeah, absolutely. Russell, well, she is a nice booty Latina. I don't know. You're going to have to go to Honduras to visit her. Told her carry creepy stuff outside. Wall of fog rolling in. Don't trust the fog. Haito, 2016. So under Trump, they can't say he wants to deport everyone if the order has been out for a decade. Yeah, exactly. What's up, John 3? Happy freedom to you. Butterfly, what isn't confusing these days? Yeah, it's because everything contradicts itself. Rich. Stephen Miller will set them straight. Yeah, he doesn't play around. Elder Zoomer, deport her again. She's still over there. She hasn't made it back yet. And technically, she shouldn't be able to come back because she didn't self-deport. She was removed by ICE. So they're banking on this apology being a path for her to come back to the U.S. But if that deportation was legit, like the government is already saying, she has no path back to the U.S. Not unless she does it illegally, which she probably will. Otter's probably deported to the wrong place. I don't really know. It's almost like Tim Walz going out there and apologizing on what happened to Renee Good, right? Like, is that an apology from the government, sort of? Tim Walz is the governor, so yeah. But does that mean that the ICE agent was in the wrong? No. And then that's what this situation sounds like. Apology from the government. Yeah, some blue person who just felt bad that day and just said some shit. That's what it sounds like. Otters, are schools not verifying citizenship? No, I don't think they are. Son Eagleman, 10 years, yeah. It's a regular Happy Freedom. So Trace, Happy Freedom to you. Smitty, I thought student visas had to be renewed every so often. Yeah, they do. All of their paperwork has to be renewed. But they're finding out that a lot of these documents are not being synchronized. Like with the truck drivers, right? The truck drivers get a work visa. Work visa expires in, we'll say, November. But they go get a CDL. CDL don't expire until December. So now they're sitting here, you know, all the way into December being illegal. And most people don't even realize it because they're using their CDL as identification. The CDL don't expire till December. So the paperwork ain't matching up. And that's why they're canceling like a lot. It's like 300,000 CDLs or something like that are being canceled because the drivers are illegal, because their work visa expired and they didn't pay attention to that when they were issuing license. And that kind of stuff is happening in other areas. It just really hasn't been exposed on a big level yet. Kind of like the whole daycare fraud thing. They talk about it in Seattle and Minnesota and places like that, but they're even bringing up Michigan lately. But it's going to be all states, I bet, have this whole childcare fraud situation. And there's probably a lot of different kind of fraud going on, just like Social Security, right? They don't talk about that a lot anymore, but they were saying there was crazy Social Security fraud going on, and they're trying to crack down on it. What's up, Canna? Happy Freedom. Canna, it's really about the strippers. Do strippers, do they make minimum wage? Do they not make minimum wage? I've only seen a stripper once, and it wasn't great. I fought with my girlfriend the whole way home. Fucking hated it. Hated the whole experience. And the stripper had socks on, and that was weird too. So I don't know if they make minimum wage or not. Regular, we're getting snowed in Green Bay. How are you doing? About the same. It wasn't snowing earlier, but I bet it's snowing now. And it is freezing cold here. Russell, the fog is poison. That's what a lot of people actually believe that. We keep having these weird fogs, and then everybody gets all sick, and people are suspicious. What's up, Sam? Happy Freedom to you. They're all 50 states. Corruption. Yeah, I almost guarantee it. Sam, I want my tax money back. That's what I'm saying. Tony Rez. No, it wasn't a Chippendale. That's funny, though. I forgot that was a thing. Toe, strip clubs suck. I agree. They do suck. I'm not really trying to find my next girlfriend at a strip club, you know? Appeal to heaven. I know. Strippers with socks on. That seems like a hazard. Where's OSHA? You know, that's what I was wondering the whole time. Hi, Toe. It's our money and we need it now. That's right. Wong, the drivers are killing people because they can't read or understand English. Yep, you're right. We've covered a couple stories talking about it. Butterfly, is English hard for you today? It is, and I don't know why. I did all the chicken bacon right before the live. What's up, Devilish? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Huge? Happy freedom to you. Southern Eagleman. Strippers, they live off tips. Yeah. See what you're saying, Southern Eagleman. Low-ender strippers are enjoying the no tax on tips, I'm sure. It's only covered to a certain amount. After you hit a certain limit, they start taxing your tips and overtime and all that stuff again. We covered that when that stuff first started getting signed into law. Regular strippers drive white Mercedes and eat waffles at IHOP. I believe you. Sam, their feet was cold. You ain't making no tips and socks, you know, I'm just saying. Russell, you got kicked out of the strip club? You're going to have to tell us during the voice chat after this. Ghostly. Cloud9 in Pennsylvania. It's a great time, dirty, nasty place, but at midnight they bring in free food and they have a pool table. That sounds so badass, Ghostly. The place I went up here is called Odyssey. At least that's what it used to be called before the lockdowns and shit. And the food was expensive. They did not sell alcohol, but they sold a shit ton of Red Bull. I'm trying to think. And it was the same thing. It was dirty and dark. I don't know. It was an awful experience, honestly. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, death at Camp East, Montana. It could be ruled as a homicide. This may be the next thing to get the lefties all crying and shit, but we'll see. Come on, man. Do the thing. There we go. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube. And let's get into this.
We continue to follow today's developing news. A medical examiner believes the death of a 55-year-old man from Cuba who died in ICE custody at Camp East, Montana, is a homicide, marking this the second death at the facility. Thank you for joining us on KTSM 9 News at 10. I'm Andy Morgan. Now, according to the Washington Post, an employee of El Paso County's Office of the Medical Examiner told Heraldo Lunes Campos' daughter that pending results of a toxicology report, the office is likely to classify the death as a homicide. As we've been reporting earlier this week, ICE officials said that on January 3rd, Lunes was pronounced dead after experiencing medical distress, and his cause of death is under investigation. Lunes was arrested last year in July during a planned enforcement operation in New York. ICE says he entered the U.S. in 1996 and had been charged with and convicted of multiple crimes. An immigration judge ordered Lunes to be removed from the United States on March 1st, 2005. However, he was not removed because the government could not obtain travel documents. ICE transferred him to Camp East, Montana in September of last year. The Department of Homeland Security releasing this statement to KTSM, quote, on January 3rd, Heraldo Lunes Campos, a criminal illegal alien and convicted child sex predator, attempted to take his own life while he was detained at Camp East Montana detention facility. The security staff immediately intervened to save his life. Right now, our crew is working to get the autopsy report for Lunes' death. However, according to that same report from the Washington Post, a fellow detainee says he witnessed Lunes being choked to death by guards at the detention center on January 3rd, which is the day he died. We'll, of course, update you on air and online at ktsm.com once we learn more information.
Okay. Now, like I said, this could be the new deal that lefties are mad about if they even hear about it. We'll see how it goes. But either way, they're saying that a 55-year-old Cuban man died in the detention center in Texas. They say he was a pedo, and he tried to smoke himself, and the agents interfered. Medical examiner saying it looks like a homicide, saying that the primary cause of death was asphyxia due to the neck and chest compressions. The illegal was picked up in New York and has been convicted of multiple crimes. Now, I had to search that one too because, again, in the video, they don't really tell you all the details, so I went and Googled it. And that's what they're saying. They even say that his last words was, "I can't breathe." It's like George Floyd all fucking over again. But there's no video footage of this as far as I can tell, at least not released yet. So the lefties might not even know this happened. I don't know. But either way, that's what they're saying. And of course, it's still being investigated and all of that. I don't know if we'll have a follow-up or not. I guess it depends on how they determine the death. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. It's titled, "Violent Crimes Continue in Chicago's Transit System." Another person was stabbed to death on the Chicago train. Stupid. They're going to lose all their federal funding. President Trump has been saying for a long time now that if they don't stop this shit, they're going to lose their federal funding. And they just keep signing up for more problems. Either way, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this illegal dying in a detention center. Ghostly, some illegal said that it was the guards. Yeah, right. Betting it was a gang beef. Yeah, it definitely could be. What's up, Knucking Futz? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us over here on the website. You're badass. You hooligans teach them how to change their color bubbles and all that. Yeah, Ghostly, I bet I almost guarantee they got footage of it. It just hasn't been released yet. Because if they're in a detention center, I bet that place they probably had 6 cameras on that guy. And it said that they were trying to smoke themselves when it all happened. So, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to rule it a homicide. I'm thinking manslaughter at best. Because he was trying to smoke himself. They were trying to stop him from doing it. He died anyway. You know, I don't see how that could be homicide. Unless they describe it like, you know, they're choking the guy to death. But the medical examiner said that it was compression of the neck and chest. You can't compress somebody's chest if you're strangling them, right? Because that's what they said. It was strangulation. It's not what the medical examiner is saying, so we'll see. Hey, thanks for being with us, Bill Tong. We're gonna unbox this deal here you sent me. I'm very excited about it, so you'll have to come back and watch the end of the live. But I appreciate you sending it to me. Thank you. What's up, True Crazy? Happy freedom to you. Toast, do you think it's fake? It could be. Ramsey, lock a criminal up with a bunch of other criminals and it's probably the guards? Tards, yeah. Elder Zoomer fentanyl? No, they're saying he went the way of George Floyd. Rich probably knew the Clintons. Yep. That's what it was. Hillary showed up. Snooks, yeah, True Crazy's on Rumble. Juicer, right, they were just assisting him in what he was already doing. So that's what I mean. It's like manslaughter at best. They just say homicide to appease the lefties. What's up, Brig? Happy freedom. Guess who other inmates did him in? Probably. They're like, I don't know, that one killed that one over there. They're like, let's blame it on an ICE agent. They're like, that's a good idea. Low ender, 25,000 for the no tax on tips. Yeah, that's what I think it is too. What's up, Blue? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zesty? Happy freedom to you. What are you guys doing? True Crazy, it's not your birthday today. When's your birthday? I need to actually write it down so I can remember. Now it's Snook's birthday. You guys, well, we'll let you guys all work that out. Either way, we're going to get into this last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. Let me get this pulled out real quick. Like I said, another stabbing on the train in Chicago. Seems like a good place to go visit. Once again, this is titled Violent Crimes Continue in Chicago's Transit System. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Violence on Chicago's transit system is spiraling out of control, with attacks happening really at a disturbing pace.
Yeah, and now there's yet another one to report, this time deadly and seemingly completely random. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Matera has all of the details.
Yeah, good morning, Mark and Alex. One man, he fell asleep on the train early Saturday morning, and he woke up in the most brutal way possible, getting stabbed by a total stranger.
It's not just what Demetrius Thurman is accused of doing on Chicago's Blue Line train, but also how he did it that's drawing public anger. Prosecutors say Thurman walked up behind a sleeping passenger on January 10th and began recording on his phone. Authorities say he then stabbed the victim once in the chest near the heart and again in the abdomen. The victim reportedly stood up screaming and eventually collapsed. He later died from his injuries.
Right now, I think we have 135 full-time officers assigned to our transit, but that's buses and that's trains. That's nowhere near enough.
Chicago Alderman Jim Gardner says the lack of a police presence on mass transit is especially troubling when compared to how many cops are assigned to Brandon Johnson's protective detail.
The mayor of Chicago has 150 officers to watch one person. Literally, the mayor has more officers assigned to his watch than we do for the 316 million users, rides that were on the trains and the buses last year.
That disparity in the violence that's followed has now drawn scrutiny from the White House. The Federal Transit Administration has warned Chicago that current conditions are unacceptable, and they are threatening to yank $50 million in federal funding unless a strong safety plan is submitted by March. To retired Chicago police officer Martin Pribe, the disorder in the transit system is what happens when elected leaders refuse to impose meaningful punishment on those who commit crime.
The criminals, and they feel like when the police stop them, they don't have to listen. And when the cops try and enforce the law down there, they don't really get the backup they need.
And until there's a policy shift, critics warn riders will keep paying the price. A warning made painfully real by a defendant now accused of recording himself stabbing a passenger as he slept.
Demetrius Thurman is now charged with first-degree murder. And Mark, Alex, I'm sure this won't surprise you, his criminal history stretches back to 2007, so almost 2 decades. What is a surprise, though, is how apparently Brandon Johnson's security detail has more police officers dedicated to it than there are police officers dedicated to police the entire transit system. That seems, at least to me, it seems out of balance.
Jason, I'm so tired of these stories. It's just utterly insane. And the rap sheet on these guys, like you just said, from 2007, for 20 years at this point, it's getting ridiculous.
You get what you vote for, apparently, in Chicago.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
Lady said, I'm so tired of covering these stories. That's how I feel, too. Like, you guys need to fix your cities. Either way, they're saying that a man was stabbed while sleeping on a train in Chicago. The criminal held a phone and recorded himself stabbing the sleeping man in the chest and then again in the abdomen. The man collapsed and died from his injuries. The mayor has more officers watching him than monitoring public transit. Trump admin's about to pull that federal funding if they don't come up with a plan by March to make things more secure in Chicago. They got a lot of work to do. Either way, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about all that. But next up, we got the fun stuff. We are going to be open. Well, we got an unboxing that we're going to do. And then we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Contains Alcohol. And it's titled, Is This False Advertising? And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty. And it's titled, Getting Old. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hype in the chat, see what you hooligans think about another stabbing on a Chicago train. Let me see. Yes. All right. Hop it in the chat. Snooks, I think lacy socks and heels are sexy. I do not think socks are sexy at all. I think socks are gross. They're feet sweat catchers, and so I don't like socks. I just don't. I don't. I don't like socks. It's not. I ain't scared of feet, but I don't like socks. They're grody. Here, Juicer, you must have been snowing like a chainsaw. I know, pissing off the passengers. Sam, did you guys see the video of the civil rights lawyer released of the deputy shooting a family's dog in their house while they weren't even there, just blasted the family dog? No, I have not seen that. If you see it again, Sam, tag me in it so I can check it out. Russell, why does anyone want to go to Chicago now? I don't know. I don't know what the appeal would be now. Going to Navy Pier is cool and all, but not if you're going to die doing it. It ain't that damn cool. Guess most of my socks are standing in the corner. Dual purpose. You guys, come on, man. What's up, Frizzy Fro? Happy freedom to you. Appeal to Evan. Well, I'd go without socks, but I like to keep myself warm, especially from this cold front in Michigan. Yeah, I hear you. Butterfly, mainstream media is going to have a field day with this one. Absolutely. Frizzy Fro, I could think of a more brutal way to wake up. I mean, I guess. Sure, Crazy, I thought you were the best bigot. Did something change? I had no expectations, True Crazy. I accept you as you are. Kevin, the Canadian government lost their appeal on the Emergency Measures Act they used on the truckers. It was deemed illegal for them to freeze bank accounts, etc., as it was a peaceful protest. That's awesome, Kevin. So they're going to be getting all that stuff straightened out, even though it's so far after the fact. A win is still a win, though. Kevin, now we can sue the government for a class action. It's badass. Otter, she could have really dressed up the socks with flip-flops. That's so hot right now. I don't like any part of that. I like my women barefoot. Not cheese toes and socks. And girls are grody. Goodness. Brig, I'm not gonna read that out loud, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't. Low ender, stinky feet mittens. We're almost at the end of this topic. I don't like gross things. What's up, Mark? Happy freedom. Yeah, Mark, you're right. BallPsaki, she's just mad that President Trump got that Nobel Peace Prize and she didn't get anything. Even her cats don't want to play with her. Alright, hooligans. Let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we got an unboxing. And then we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. Once again, first one was provided by Contains Alcohol. And it's titled, Is This False Advertising? And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty and is titled Getting Old. Now I'm going to grab Biltong's X stuff here because I want you guys to go give him a follow because that's who sent me something in the mail. Plus, I think I'm going to have to get some utensils here because we're going to need to try this. But either way, let's crack this open and see what we got. Holy, what is all of this? Floss? Look, I'm prepared here. Here you go. You hooligans need to screenshot that. Go check these guys out right here. Biltong USA. That's right. That's right. Got a nice Biltong sample here. What does this say? Class, I'm going to need you to read this to me like a bedtime story. The care instructions. I will have to read that a little later. Here's a to-go bag for you, Klaus Daniels. Just in case you get some leftovers. Alright, we got the stuff. We got the stuff here. Where's the top of the bag? There you go. That's for you. There you go. Come here, you goofy ass. He freaked out over the sticker. He'll be alright. What do we got here? We got 2 packs. Hold on, man. You can't have that because I think that messed you up. Are they the same? They might be the same. Original. They are. Now we're going to try some of this right here. Look at this. Yes, Biltong USA. Now we're going to crack this open and try a little piece. Oh, let's put this over here. Yes. These packs are full. Smells good. Alright, here we go. And try a little piece. Try a little piece right here. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I wish I could share this with you, hooligans. Air-dried Wagyu slices. High protein and Celtic salt. It's so good. Holy. Holy. Now, like I said, I'm going to drop this link. I want you guys to go give Biltong a follow. So good. Thank you so much, King of Biltong. It is fantastic. I love it. I'm going to have to try not to eat this whole bag today. Let me drop your link in the chat. Everybody, that's not what it is, Russell. Jesus loves us. Go give King of Biltong a follow here, because they're badass. They just sent me this gourmet jerky stuff. I know that's probably not the formal way to express this Biltong, but it is so delicious. Go give them a follow. Go make a purchase. It's worth it. It's so good. Thank you, King of Biltong. You're a badass. Thank you so much for sending me that. I'm going to eat that whole bag today. I can already tell. Anyways, let's move forward here. I'm going to need a little bit more of that here in a second. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar. So let's see what we got from Tory Wayne. Now we're getting down to it here. Last 6 days. Now with that being said, I added a shit ton of new stuff to the wish list. I added a whole bunch of Advent calendars. I added a bunch of beef jerky things, hot spicy challenge stuff, hot sauces. We got unfortunate cookies on there. There's so much stuff on the wish list. Go check it out. I added like 30 new items yesterday. So we can keep the fun going. I think we got 2 more Advent calendars. One's hot sauce. I can't remember what the other one is. And like I said, we're almost wrapping this one up. So if you guys would like to keep the fun going, go check out the wish list. Like I said, I had a whole bunch of fun stuff for us to do on the live. So go check it out. But we're going to crack this open. This is day 19. The Advent calendar sent by Tory Wayne. Now, I don't have any figures to show you yet because I'm trying to build the bigger ones. And once I get one complete, which I should probably in the next 24 hours, I'll show you guys the cool things we're putting together. Now today, let me see. think this might be the last parts we need for the Santa. I don't lose my Legos. Oh, it's a Nutcracker. I actually don't think we have all the pieces for this one yet. Let me show you what we'll be building in the future here. A couple more days. Like I said, we got 6 days left. But we got one of the sections we needed for the giant Nutcracker. Again, I will show you guys as soon as I get it built. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. I appreciate you. Super excited about the Legos. Let's get into some funny videos here. Do the thing. You guys are gonna like this. Alright, this is our first funny video of the day. This one was provided by Contains Alcohol, and it's titled, "Is this false advertising?"
Oh my gosh, Staples has Staples!
Hold on, let me boost the volume, because that volume is trash bandicoot. Now let's try it again.
Oh my gosh, Staples has Staples! Oh my gosh, Staples has Staples!
A little bit of false advertising. I don't know why I put this in my mouth right now. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. Hold on a second. Gotta get to our official funny
This is
video
how
of
you
the
know
day.
your son.
I can't talk because my mouth's full. I'm cracking myself up today. This is our official funny video of the day. It's provided by Colty, and it's titled, "Getting Old."
It's really a boy.
Elderly. What is elderly even mean?
It's when you're old.
You're not even old, Mama.
But I got wrinkles.
That doesn't mean you're old. I've got ankles.
No, not ankles. Wrinkles.
Wait.
I got wrinkles, look. Right here. And right here. That means I'm old.
I got wrinkles on my balls.
It's true. This is how you know your son's really a boy.
Elderly.
What is elderly even mean?
It's when you're old.
You're not even old, Mama.
But I got wrinkles.
Got wrinkles in my balls. Somebody taught that kid well. He knows what a woman is. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'm gonna grab this link really quick. I'm gonna drop it in the chats. We're gonna read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. Thank you so much, Get Some, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. You're badass, Get Some. Thank you so much for the support. It says, use the funds to buy some socks. Thank you, Get Some. I appreciate you. Let's get this link dropped real quick. I gotta try and remember who we've rated this week. I can't believe it's already Friday. Alright, hooligans, there is a link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, I'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we gotta have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. Stone with the Hooligans. Now, like I said earlier, we are going to be hopping in the voice chat over on the website because it is Friday, and we do that after Coffee with Hooligans. And today we're going to be eating hot jerky. I'm not sure which one we're going to eat. We're not going to eat the hottest that Australia has to offer. That is our goal. If we hit 100 hooligans, official hooligans, over on Rumble, we're going to eat this Scorpion Strike hot jerky, which is the hottest that Australia has to offer if we hit our goal. I have other kinds of jerky. I got 2 other packs of jerky here that's also hot. It's not that hot, not compared to the goal there, but it is hot, and I don't know which one we're going to try, but we're going to try one of them in the voice chat today. I got to run and go get some milk and stuff. But if you'd like to join us, go get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. You can join us in the voice chat. Now, I have a coupon at the top of the link list. If you have not claimed it, it will give you a free week with hooligan status over on the website. So you could join us for today's voice chat, hang out all week using all the features of the site, and then join us in next week's voice chat on Friday, where we're going to do more fun stuff. So definitely utilize that coupon at the top of the link list if you haven't done so already. Yes, and I think that's everything. Well, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, because I forgot to do it earlier. If you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Now, I just want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, because I am still facing this lawfare. I haven't heard anything new, and I could still be arrested at any moment, which is scary. It's been 56 days, I think, that I've been living in fear. So if you'd like to help me fight this lawfare, I need to hire an attorney, and I am $8,000 short so far. I've made and saved $2K, but like I said, I'm still $8K short. If you'd like to help, please utilize those links to help me fight against these false accusations against me. Either way, we're going to read through really quick. We have the pledge coming up, rating out over on Rumble. Guess I'm ready to hottie. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Oh, thank you, Zero. I was sitting here trying to figure out who we rated so far. Guess I have to record. I thought about going live if that happens, but I need to record. And I have to be prepared. I have like clothes picked out and everything. It sucks living like this. I hate it. I literally hate it. I'm waiting for like heart problems because it's so hard on me to deal with this crap. Russell, eating bull balls and building a nutcracker. Biltong is not bull balls. It's like gourmet jerky is the best way I can explain it. You got to Google it. It's beef jerky. It's beef that's been processed special way. Cheeky Chop sent me biltong not that long ago, and they were in, like, I don't know how to explain it. They were in slabs, and it was also awesome, but it's been processed a special way. Zero Toasties live. We might have to raid Toasty. We'll see. Otters. Well, yeah, It's not a lawsuit. It's criminal allegations, but I can't talk about it. Like, my attorney said not to say anything about it, but I need money to hire the attorney on retainer. I got a free consultation. That's why I know what I know, but I need to hire the attorney. And so I have from now until the next shoe drops to make money. And if I don't, there's no telling what'll happen to me. So I don't know. I don't want to bring everybody down, but I need the funds to save my life. That's all I can say. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Kirsten, it sucks. It does suck. It's awful. My whole life is in boxes right now just because I have to be prepared for anything to happen. But I have faith. The truth will come out, and that's all I need, and I'll be in the clear. Biltong, air dried. It's like, oh, I don't know how to say that word. Prosciutto? We take slabs and slice them. It's easier to eat. Yeah, Bill Tong. It is. I love this. I love this. Thank you so much for sending it to me. I'm telling you, I'm going to try not to eat the whole bag today, but I want to. Thank you, Rappy. I appreciate you being with us today. Thank you, Butterfly. Enjoy the rest of your night. Oh, God bless you, Toast. I appreciate you being with us. Total Care, bless that boy. That's right. That video is so funny. Guess no, I mean, I appreciate it, guess that's what I can say. Meta. Oh, the roast and cornbread turned out fantastic. I showed it on the live. I actually ate cornbread and coffee before the live today, and that's actually called something. I looked it up. Let's see, cornbread and coffee. Apparently it became like a kind of a common thing to eat cornbread and coffee during the Great Depression. So there's names. I'm trying to Google it. Google's taking a million years to load. They created phrases for this. It's called something soup. But I guess like I said, I guess it was something popular from the Great Depression. Google is struggling to give me an answer. It wasn't like this the last time I Googled it. What did they do? Wipe it from the internet? Never mind. Now it's trying to sell me shit. Anyways, maybe you guys know. If you're a little older than I am. It's called something soup. But anyways, the cornbread is the best I've ever had. I need to write the recipe down. Thank you, Too Old to Care. I appreciate you being with us. Pickles Breakfast of Champions. It is. The name I'm trying to think of is something gross. Oh, it's called a soaky is one of the phrases they use for it, but there was another phrase that was called something soup. I don't know, both phrases sound disgusting, but apparently that's from the Great Depression era. Yeah. No, not colostomy cake, low ender. No. That's not what it was. It was gross. It wasn't that gross though. Nah, I guess you guys are getting too creative here. Zesty, we should send you some warm socks. No, guys, I don't want the socks. What's up, Mana? Happy freedom to you. Teasel ankle monitor started yesterday. Holy crap. That's crazy, Teasel. Well, I hope things clear up for you. I'm sorry to hear that. Sam, I make good cornbread. One of my grandmother's old cast iron skillets. Heck yeah. That was the first time I ever made cornbread. I was surprised how well it turned out. Beginner's luck, I guess. Shroomish, happy freedom to you. Cornbread with corn in it is so good. I like cornbread like that too. I didn't make mine like that, but I might next time. Meta Klaus looking at the clock. Tick tock. Oh, you're right. 40 minutes late for the fanciest of feasts. Alright, hooligans, let's do the thing. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's figure out who we're rating over on Rumble. Let's see who's live. Nelly Bean's live, Toasty's live, Wilkie's live, Handy's live. Let's see, who have we rated so far? Angel, Tella, Cat Dog, Waffle Meat. No, we got lots of contenders here. Should we raid Handy? I think we should probably raid Handy. Let me see what Toasty's doing really quick. Are they playing games? Party panel Fraturday? Interesting. Yep, I think we're going to raid Handy News. Raid. Alright, hooligans, hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding.
People walking into glass doors, ultimate fail.
Oh, God.
Whoa, you okay? Fine. That was AI. That's AI too.
Move! Move!
De su puta madre, man.
So there was a couple AI ones mixed in there. That sucks. But I guess it's the way. It's funny, the one dude hit the door and his coffee cup gave birth to another full cup of coffee with the lid.
Hey, that happens, but
yeah.
I mean, it gets mixed in there. But we got a
I
raid
know.
from the Jeff Mack stream, Andy.
I saw that. I was just getting ready to pull that up and hit it up on the screen. We got raided by Jeff Mack. Thank you so much. Welcome in, hooligans. Happy freedom. You guys will probably appreciate this. And I saw Jeff Mack, Cheeky Chops, Too Old to Care, For the Lovers, Get Some Jay. Who else is popping in here? Elder Zoomer, good evening, guys. Welcome. This is the Friday Fun. Has put together 2 hours of clips, and we're about at 42 minutes in right now, to be kind of about exact. So happy freedom. Welcome in, guys. Could you smash the like button and hit the repost? Good to see you all tonight. We're on to our next one.
Hold on, Handy.
Okay. Oh, yep. Bobby.
Bobby gifted the can and says, "Cheers in truth sanity. Why are you gay?"
Why are you gay?
Thank you, Jeff. Have a good one.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. Yes, very nice. We did the thing. Well, we are wrapping this up. We're going to read through really quick. Like I said, we are going to be doing the voice chat shortly after we wrap this up. There's going to be hooligans heading there right after we wrap this up. I got to go get some milk in preparation for eating spicy jerky for the voice chat. But like I said multiple times, if you want to join us, get a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. Join us in the voice chat or utilize that coupon at the top of the link to get a free week, free 7 days, no credit card required. It's not going to ask you for money. You just get hooligan status for 7 days. Check out all the cool stuff we do on the website. And if you join today, you can be a part of today's voice chat and next week's voice chat. So definitely go check that out. I think that's everything. So yeah, we're going to read through really quick and we're wrapping her up. Is it bad time? Look how quick he is because he wants the food. He's just pretending. That's not a real bath. He's just false flagging it. He wants a fancy feast. This guy over here. Guess I'm not gonna be able to read that out loud, but that's hilarious. Total care preparation H. When you're feeling that hooligan burn. Mm-hmm. Cheeky Chops, you just drank coffee. gonna be drinking coffee again here in a second. I have to drink coffee all day or else I can't function. Meta, I did that once. A panel glass window next to a front door. I thought the door was open, walked, smacked into the glass, knocked myself on my ass. That's rough stuff, Meta. I've seen people do that. I have not had the pleasure of doing it myself, though. Appreciate you, Southern Eagleman. Thank you for being with us today. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Teasel. Sam Klaus says, feed me or else. Yes, you're not wrong. Well, Hooligans, it looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow for more Coffee with Hooligans. Now, tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday, so we will not be live on YouTube, and we are not going to be live on Twitch, because on Free Speech Saturday, we don't have time for those soft-ass community guidelines. So you use the link list link in all of the video descriptions to make your way to a better platform for tomorrow's live. We'll be live on Kick, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com, as well as X. So like I said, utilize the link list link to join us for Free Speech Saturday tomorrow. I think that's everything. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. You guys are fantastic. Go enjoy the rest of your Friday. Go find yourself some good food, have fun, and be safe. And I'm going to try and do the same. Make your way back to us tomorrow for Free Speech Saturdays, Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.
Jeff.